Randalls. Hey guys, I just came back from my first Pokemon Go Fest, Pokemon Go Fest 2023, right? That's the year, God. This was the first Pokemon Go Fest I've ever been to, Pokemon Go related event, unless you count the one that I kind of crashed last year in front of Bryant Park. I honestly don't know what that was. I don't think it was an official event. I think it was just something that fans had put together and I got pins and stuff for it. It was very cool. It was like right outside of Bryant Park. They had like their own little like make do setup. I know I had to like do something, like add something with an email or whatever. Maybe it was a little bit shady, but not really, because nothing, as far as I know, happened. Maybe they've sold my email to the black market. I have no idea. In any case, this was the first official one that I've ever went to, and if you can't tell, I mean, I'm glowing because my laptop, but I'm glowing inside and out because I had such a fun time. I've been a Pokemon fan all my life, and I've been playing Pokemon Go pretty much since it started. My anniversary is July 7th, 2016, and that's crazy to think that that was about 7 years ago. That does not seem real. Admittedly, I have been playing it on and off just because that's how it goes with me. It's either my phone's memory and my phone's like battery life giving me shit, or it's just I kind of lose interest in the game. So I can't say that I've been a consistent player for these past 7 years, but I've definitely been playing for the past 7 years or so. And going back to the event, like I said, oh my god, it made me fall in love with Pokemon again. In my personal opinion. But I do want to make a disclaimer that my review of this event, at least for Friday, I went in as a very casual attendee, meaning I did not buy tickets for the event on the app. So I kind of just walked in, which you can do. If you don't want to buy a ticket for the event, you can do that. But there are some discrepancies, which I'm going to get into in this video. The reason why I'm making this video is because I've had a couple of friends ask me, since I seem to be the one out of the group that's gone to it, and they wanted to know like certain things in regards to it. So I'm just going to deliver my experience through this. Again, my personal experience. I'm not speaking for everyone who attended the event, but I'm just speaking for myself and whatever, you get it. So as I mentioned, I was a casual attendee, I guess that's what you would call it. So I did not buy tickets for the event. Reason why I didn't do that was because I didn't even realize that I was going to be going today. I start school next week, so I've been trying to take care of some things before school starts. And because of that, I realized today where I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to go to any of these events during the weekend, which sucks. So it was very spare of the moment for me to make the decision to go today, but something was telling me to go, and I did. But because of how spare of the moment it was, and because it was like sometime after 3 when I decided to do this, and by that time the tickets were already like activated, I felt like I was gonna lose money and just time. So I ultimately decided to opt out of the ticketed event. So my experience for Friday was going there without a ticket. Can you still have fun going to Pokemon Go Fest without a ticket? Absolutely you can, but not on the app because the app, it's basically non-existent. I wish I took a screen cap of the game, but basically nothing existed on the app. It was just me and my sprite and my Pokemon, my shiny Kabutops named Junior, who was just kind of wandering around and not really doing much. So if you're planning to go there, and if you're planning to have fun without the ticketed event because you don't care about Chinese and all the other fun perks that come with it, chances are you're probably not going to be able to do much on the app. I think it's how crazy the servers are over there, and they're going to prioritize obviously people that have bought the tickets for the event. There, and you don't have a ticket, you're probably not going to get the experiences on the app. At least that's what I got, because I spoke to a couple people there, and they had said even too that, I mean, not them in particular, but people that they've spoken to as well that did not get the ticket were having the same issues as well as I was. I can't really front them for that because there were a lot of people. I'm gonna get into now what I think you should do going into the event and things to be aware of going into it. So first off, if you want to get merch, if you haven't, because I know there's a pre-order shirt that I think you could get. If you want to get merch, I would say go there first thing, because when I got online for the merch tent, which is pretty big, the line was definitely long, but I didn't think it was like that crazy. Also, the reason why there's a line is that they have like a time slotted thing where like a certain amount of people can go into the tent at a time. Don't mind that whatsoever. But me getting online at 5:30, which was like an hour, it's an hour and a half before the event, you know, wraps up. The fact that they had somebody at the end of the line, which again was long, but it wasn't that long, telling people that, hey, there's a chance that the line could be cut right at this point, and we just want to let you know that once the line is cut at 7, that's it. We're not letting anybody into the store, so you're going to be taking a chance if you're standing on line beyond this point. And that's crazy to me. It really wasn't that long. I wish I took a video of like where I was standing. So if you have your heart set on merch, which whatever they were selling in the tent, I personally didn't see it. So if you want to make it a point to get merch, I would say to do that first. That's like your first agenda tier getting there. The space in and of itself on Randalls Island, there's so much space, there's so much room, and the people that I've interacted with there were so nice and so lovely. I met so many people. 2 people I got friend codes with. My team is Team Valor, always and forever, and I just have to give a shout out to Todd and Justin, who were at the booth for Team Valor. Todd was the one that came up with this idea. I'll post this picture here. This is so dope. So in the app, as probably fans are aware, you can take pictures with your Pokemon that you have on there. And Todd was the one that brought this up because I just wanted a picture with the Valor logo. But he was like, no, take it with your buddy, your Pokemon buddy. And I'm like, let's go. And I felt bad because I didn't realize that I had my mask on and I kind of wanted to not have my mask on for the photo. So I went back around like maybe like a half hour or so later, and this lovely guy Justin, he was the one that took this photo, the photo that I'm showing here, and I love it. The pose where because at the end, after I took photos with him, he's like, okay, now do a pose, do a fighting pose, because Blaziken is a fighting type. And I was a little like, I'm not like too comfortable with doing photos in front of obviously people that I don't know. But I have to say, I mean, I love this photo. I am so happy that he told me to pose like that. This photo is like my favorite takeaway from this whole event. And just the experience in of itself was so fun. And I felt bad because like Todd was walking by and he was like, hey, you didn't like my photo? And I was like, no, it's just, like I said, with my mask and everything, it was like very spare of the moment. I was actually planning to do my own photo kind of thing with like my bag and whatever. No, I love all the photos that were taken at Team Valor. Again, Justin and Todd, I'm not sure if they were part of like the official company or they were volunteers or whatever, but like whoever is out there and can see this, if you can give a shout out to them, just any sort of creds, because the experience that I had with Team Valor, I love it. I love it so much. I also had some really nice people that I met because like we were alone, I guess, and they're like, I'll take your photo if you can take my photo. And I met 2 people where we exchanged friend code today because of that, and I just, man, like I said, events like these make me love the Pokemon community, make me love just make me love Pokemon. It was so cool. It was so like wholesome. It was so much fun. Even like there were different photo ops, like they had these blow up Pokemon, they had Snorlax, they had Lucario, they had Eevee, which I didn't see Eevee until the very end. I was so happy. Also, they had people there to help you take photos, which was like so nice of them, because people go alone, like myself. I went alone today. Just the fact that they were like, I could take your photo, no worries, and the photos came out excellent. Love it. Now, I want to get into actually the main reason why I wanted to make this video, aside from the merch aspect and aside from the ticketed aspect. I want to talk about getting to the event. So there's about a couple of ways to get to Randalls Island. Randalls Island is located pretty much in the hub of Upper Manhattan, the Lower Bronx, and Upper Queens, right? So there's actually quite a few ways to get to it. There's quite a few bridges and passageways in which you can get to it. Getting to Randalls Island is honestly not a problem, but I have a review on 2 ways, in which the 2 ways that I took both going and coming from Randalls Island. I want to specify, I'm a native New Yorker. I was born and raised in Queens. I've never taken the RFK before. And what's crazy is that my high school, you'll see, I'll put some clips and I'll probably reiterate myself, but my high school was in Astoria. And I was surprised because I've been to Randalls Island before through my high school. And I was surprised that I'm like, why didn't my high school take the RFK? We had to go all the way around into Harlem and we walked from the Harlem side. That was kind of weird for them to do. It's not weird. I actually now see why they chose that route. The RFK is fucking crazy. Before my phone dies, I just want to say this. I originally got here from Harlem. I just have to say, I think that it's much easier for people to go to Harlem, take the 4, 5, and 6 to 125th Street and walk across, because this is such a fucking pain in the ass to get to. Like, I'm trying to remember, I don't think I went across like pedestrian wise. But what's strange is that my high school is right across the bridge. And I know we came here at one point and we had to walk. And what's weird is that I think we did take the subway to Harlem to walk across. And I'm probably thinking that we did so because this is some crazy bullshit. Like, in order to get here, I don't know. Let's see how this goes. Oh my god, fuck off. This was such a not good route to take. I don't fucking like this. No, I do not recommend this route. Fuck off. Fuck off. I don't like this. As someone who is deathly afraid of heights, I will never, ever be taking the RFK ever again for the pedestrian walkway. We'll never be doing that ever again. I don't know who the designer for that pedestrian walkway is, but that did not feel safe at all. The caging for you, like the safety of it, it was so exposed, overexposed. The wind up there was crazy. The fact that there was no like real barricade, there's hardly any barriers, there's hardly any things to me personally that made me feel safe, especially when it comes to exposed elevation. Not my thing. You could probably hear me almost crying over that video, and I was about to cry. And what made it worse was that the people in front of me, no offense, but they were taking in the sights, they were taking their time when I just wanted to get off. At a certain point I was like, excuse me, and I sprinted because I couldn't be on there much longer. I felt so unsafe, and as I said, I will never be doing that again. Never. I'm going to Harlem if I go this weekend, back and forth, because I am not doing the fucking RFK ever again. Not even for Pokemon. Won't do it. Talking about Harlem for a second. Obviously, I think it's the better route. I think that it's actually better in not just for safety reasons, but just for the event itself. While with the RFK, I guess technically you would be going into the front of the event, be entering by the merch kind of setup area, also by Team Valor and by Team Instinct. For whatever reason, Mystic is like, I don't know why, I don't know if it was just for today or whatever, but Mystic's like booth is all the way in the back. I don't know why. I felt like they had enough space for a Mystic booth, but it's all the way in the back of the event. It's nowhere near Valor and Instincts. So not sure why that they chose to do that. So if you go to the RFK side, you'd be nearer towards the merch tent and all of that. But if you go through the RFK side, it's not in the front, but it doesn't take you that long to get to the main event. Like, you'd basically be entering in kind of backward, not even backwards, but like more so in between the routes for the events. It's really not that bad, is what I'm saying. And again, if you are afraid of heights, and I'm just stressing that because I still think that that was an insane route. And if you want a much easier route, in my personal opinion, I would say take the Harlem side. How to get to Harlem is you would take the 4 or 5 train, or even the 6 train. 4 or 5 is express. You take it uptown to Harlem on 125th Street. You get off, you go to, what street is that? I think 125th. You'll see the bridge. You'll see the bridge when you turn to your left. And you'll keep walking. There was actually people that were there that were directing everyone to the walkway to get onto the bridge. Because at first I was like, wait a minute, where is this? Basically, you have to go to the very far right side of the bridge in order to get there. And there were people like directing you and whatnot, which is like, I thought that was kind of cool. This bridge, maybe it took you like 5-10 minutes to cross. It's not really that big of a deal. Both access points though, the train is really not that far away from either side, because when you get off the RFK, you could literally see the end of the W train. Either way, you can see the bridge from the train and you can see the train from the bridge. It's a very, very easy to find spot. It's right in front of you. The Harlem, I guess, is a little bit harder to find, but it's really not. Like, once you get out of the train, because it's underground, once you get out, you find it. It's really not that hard either. So it's kind of an interesting choice for Randalls Island. I don't know where it was previous years, actually. Was it in Central Park? I'm not sure. but Randalls Island is a very interesting choice. And at first I was not too crazy about it, but I have to say, I think it's actually a pretty dope choice because it's out of the way, but it's not too out of the way, if you know what I mean. So you're not gonna get like these random people that are not like into the event, like interrupting or whatnot. So I think that honestly, it was a pretty dope choice of them to choose Randall Island for it. I don't know what anybody else thinks, but it was kind of cool going back there again because I haven't been to Randalls Island in maybe like over 10 or somewhat years. So yeah, this was kind of a convoluted video, but I hope I pretty much got across what I wanted to get across, and I hope that someone could take something out of this, I guess. Hopefully I can get this uploaded in time, you know, before the weekend, even though it technically is the weekend. But to close off this video, I'll show you my haul. I got this pin from Todd. It says Pokemon Go Fest 2023. I love it to death. I got this Team Valor keychain. It also came with the pin he had given me. I'm gonna put this on my keys. I'm very excited about it. I got this Pikachu little hat thing that I did not wear. I just kind of stuffed him in my bag because I was afraid that he was gonna get crushed. But it says Pokemon Go and it has a Pikachu head. A lot of people were wearing it and carrying it around. And this was the only thing that I bought from the event. I went to the Niantic booth and I got this water canteen container tumbler thing. It's got Pokemon logo. It's got just a bunch of cool icons. I really like it a lot. Let's do it this way. Meet you out there. I like the color of it and everything. Anyways, if you guys are in New York City, and if you're huge Pokemon Go fans, and even if you're just casual fans, just want something to do during the weekend or whatnot, I think this is a really cool event. Everyone, like I said, was so sweet. Everyone that I spoke to was so nice. I had so much fun, even without getting a ticket and playing on the app. Maybe I'll do a video if I am able to go on Sunday to show or tell about my experience while playing it, because I want to get some shinies. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. I hope that I can. But in any case, thank you guys so much. I hope that you guys have fun if you do get a chance to go. And avoid the fucking RFK. Fuck the RFK.